Hey everybody, hope you guys are doing alright. So some of you have probably heard, like, I guess a lot of government officials or politicians have received satellite phones. And just recently, I think I heard about it yesterday. I heard it from our Frugal News, and that's one of the few channels on YouTube that I actually look to for good information on news, because I feel like he's a very trustworthy gentleman. So, I mean, that being said, I mean, who knows, man? The grid could go down anytime. I mean, if you have politics, now that could also be a fear tactic. They could be doing that and sharing that with the public to scare them into thinking that the grid's going to go down, and they could, like, do a fake grid shutdown. I don't know. Either way, it's good to be prepared. So, like, I have water filters. You know, water is the one thing the human body really needs kind of all the time. I mean, you can go a few days without it, but some people say longer, but water. So you definitely want to get your water filters. If you got canned foods or whatever type of food storages you have, you know, it's probably not a bad time to get that. If you have alternative energy sources or any type of batteries, you know, get on top of that. But, you know, I mean, now spiritually, what is that saying? If that were to happen, I mean, there's been a lot of talk about the planet shifting, the vibrations changing up, and like people, this is also why, like, if that were to happen and like there was some type of energetic change on the planet, that would also affect every creature, every living thing, everything on the planet. So if that is going to happen soon, or whenever it does happen, you're going to want your body to be as clean and as healthy and as in a good alignment with creation and God's will as possible. Because in my opinion, this would not be something from the devil. This would actually be something from the Most Highs, and it would be a form of them coming over here and asserting their authority. This is strange, because I've been walking around Portland, and like Pops, like Joshua, has been really adamant about me doing the martial arts, and like, you know, getting into my Merkabah, light body, and like I'm not super into that, because to me I'm more about like the principle of the message, like non-profit, like you need to take care of the starving children, you need to take care of the planet. Like those have been the things that I think are most important for human. That's the lessons that we need to learn. But as far as for me, in my position in all of this, you know, it is a war. So we are at a war, and angels do fight against demons and the devil and the forces of darkness. So it's very possible that we are on the eve of the beginning of a real battle between angels and demons, if you want to look at it like that. And so again, it's imperative that you get your bodies cleaned out. I mean, it's always good to do that, but especially in the times that we're in now, and especially if you feel like you have some type of anointing or divine calling. For anybody, it's good, but it's good for anybody. Just to clean your body out and get your energies in a good place, and to just also like make your peace with your maker. You know, it's a good time to make amends. You know, now I feel like I've been saying all this stuff, and part of me has been like, hey, I could use some help from people with a lot of money. But at the end of the day, really, like, I'm good, man. Like, if I pass, I have no problem with what I've done with my life. Like, I've made changes. I'm not perpetuating a bunch of bullshit anymore. Like, I'm doing everything I can to perpetuate the will of Yahushua. Like, from where I'm at, I think I'm doing a pretty good job. So I hope you guys can say the same for yourselves, you know, because there's a time limit to this thing. You know, the test, when the time fucking bell ends for the test, you know, you're at where you're at. So, you know, you can always make changes for the better. So right now in this moment, you can choose to decide to do the right thing and give your life as much as you can over to the Yahushua. Get over to love, give over to God, goodness, whatever you want to call it, just to change your ways, to make amends, to reprimand, to be better, to acknowledge your faults, to apologize to people you've hurt, to try to heal, to mend your wounds, to do whatever you can to just continue on with that love, because that's the future. This shit is going to end. There's going to be a fight, and then people are going to have a rebellion, and they're going to not want the love to prevail, but it's going to prevail. It has to prevail, because creation's got to be more powerful than destruction. Otherwise, destruction would eat itself, and there'd be nothing. So creation is always going to is going to be that Most High source of power. So with that being said, if the Most High is coming down here to assert their authority, you know, I mean, whose side do you really want to be on? You know, because we all have to be judged, man. It's where it goes back to your heart being as light as a feather. So based on who you are, what you came here as, your karma and all this and that is going to dictate where you stand in the side of the Most Highs. So, and you know, Pops would always say, you know, everybody goes to heaven, but it's how do you go to heaven? Are you going to go to heaven with shame? Are you going to go to heaven knowing you could have done more? Are you going to go to heaven like with knowing that, hey, you were put on this earth with these certain gifts and with hope to do some good things with these gifts, and this is what you actually did do? Now, a lot of people hopefully have done what they came here to do, maybe even more, but a lot of us probably haven't, you know, and there's times in my life that I know I fell short. So I encourage you guys just to keep on trying on, keep on persevering, keep on loving. And the word, Yahushua, Jesus Christ, just perpetuating love is the way that's worked for me. So I encourage y'all to do that too, because it seems to work for me. So, all right, I love you guys. Y'all take care. Bye.